Hello, Master Gary Hernandez here. I had an email today from a gentleman, and he asked me a question. He had saw a video I did about using your crook as an enclosed self-defense weapon, being a part of your cane. And he asked me basically, well, why not just hit them as they're coming in and use it as a long-range weapon to be more safe? And that's a good question, but the problem is, two things happen how a person gets right on top of you. One of them is because you were not expecting them to close the gap that quickly and you didn't have a chance to react. Whether you didn't think they were a threat, you weren't focused, or you just were going through your all-day life or everyday life and all of a sudden that person's right on you. The second reason is it goes back to the same. They closed the gap quicker than you wanted them to for one good reason. You took a swing and you missed. And they're right there. So that's when you have to go from the cane being a long range weapon to all of a sudden they're a foot in front of you and you've got to go to town as an in short or an in close weapon. Now I'll show you real quick why I talked about the crook and he was asking primarily about that. Well, because if I take a swing, I'll go to the part where I miss. If I take a swing and because Bob can't move, I'm going to miss him and I'm going to move my body as though he closed the gap. So I take a swing and I miss, guess what? He's right here. The reason I'm going to hit him with this is because I'm not going to have time to turn this into a rifle strike. I'm not going to have time to step back and try to make it a long-range strike again. That person's right there. Well, I still have a nice chunk of wood, so I'm going to simply smash them. And it's where I hit them that's going to be important. So I throw a swing, I miss, they're right here, bam, I'm going to hit them. One spot I like to go for is the bridge of the nose, right here. Bust that, eyes water. Another spot I like to go to is just below the nose, right above the lip, the hair lip. Bam. Take out some teeth. Third area I like to strike, right in the throat. Make them gag. I don't like to strike toward the top of the head because if I hit and skim it, I miss them. And then it may not be a good impact. Now that can be done single-handed or almost bayonet style. But it's probably going to be more single-handed because you're going real fast and they're on you lickety-split. Now, if let's say they bank off to one side, well then I'm going to go to the side of the head. And my striking areas on that, for me, that I like, temple, ear, and jawline. All three are going to cause injury. Ear, temple, jawline. Can I go down into the neck? Yeah, I can hit him in the neck. Can I go into the collarbone? Absolutely. I come up, I strike down. Depends where I'm at. If say we're in Wisconsin somewhere and it's like, or in Chicago where it was wind chills below, 25, 50 below or something like that, they're bundled up dramatically. Well, I'm going to hit where it's going to be a little bit more easier to cause damage. Now, if I swing and they break off to that end, same thing, striking, same areas. So think of it when you miss, striking just quickly. You don't have time to rechamber or nothing, strike. Think of it as a back fist, whether it's inverted or traditional or a hammer fist. Just use that part. What happens if I'm right here and I don't have a chance to get my cane up there in close? Strike. Notice how I like to move? Strike. Now, as I do that, I'm hitting with this side now. Understand, this side here, my opinion, isn't going to have the power that has. But it's still a piece of wood. It's going to stun them, get them off me. Because I'm hitting them in the head. I'm going to pop, and then I can move and pop. So as I hit them to get them off me, they're here, bam, right here. Hit them in the ear, hit them in the jawbone, hit them in the temple. As they go back a bit, I'm going to go back and I'm going to hit for that throat. So use it in close. So in a nutshell, that's why I'll use my crook. Either I missed and they're right on top of me and I don't have time to do anything else but hammer down on them, or they're right here and I have to bring it up and hit. So that's why we use the crook. Well, that's why I use the crook. So if you're not, again, I did a video very similar to this in the past. If you're not using this end of your cane also in your training, you need to. Don't just use the hook. A lot of people just like to use the hook them down and bash them, and that's great. But let me tell you, when you hook somebody, you better have a plan because you're bringing them in. So here, at least I'm smashing and moving on to A, the next person, in case he's got friends, or B, I'm getting the hell out of town. So hopefully that answers his question, and anybody else that may have asked about the crook in the past, there you go. So have fun with it, work it, and make it yours. Gary Nannis, and again, please, if you have questions, you can IM me, email me. I put this also on the YouTube videos. Just ask me some questions if you like. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you.